heard the Mike Leach story? There was a kid on the team who he'd gone to the eye doctor before practice, and it had his eyes dilated. So he had his sunglasses on. Apparently, Coach Leach didn't know that, thought he was being a showboat, with his superstar sunglasses on, and got mad. And the kid says, well, I've, been to the eye doctor. So he stuck him in a shed. He said, you want to be out of the light? You can be out of the light, and stuck him in a shed. It made him sit in the shed for the rest of practice. Well, he picked on the wrong kid because his dad was a former player and an ESPN commentator, and the next thing you know, Mike Leach is now gone, and they've been on their coaching carousel now.
I do vaguely remember that.
Isn't he also the one that threw chairs at basketball?
That was Bobby Knight.
That was Bobby Knight. Also Texas Tech coach.
Texas Tech had Bob Knight and Mike Leach at the same time over there, and people were talking about Texas Tech.
I was going to say, got Tech in the news, right?
So, but Leach, I think, is at he's either Mississippi State or Ole Miss. I think he's at Mississippi State. He's coached. He's been for a couple years down there. So he's probably not available right now.
Did he learn some lessons?
I doubt it.
Yeah. Well,
let's ask Coxi. Do coaches learn lessons?
Sure.
Okay.
If they're humble.
If they're humble. All right.
The good ones.
The good ones do. But not Leach. I guess one of the funniest clips on YouTube was Mike Leach doing the weather on TV in Lubbock one time. I guess he was pretty crazy. He was pretty funny when he did
I'm going to look this guy up.
Yeah. So
later.
But they have some interesting weather people in Lubbock, Texas. I asked Wilburn about is Run for the Hills Ron still on the air over there, and apparently he is. Ron Roberts is, any little thing that's coming, run for the hills,
Oh.
It's the worst this, the worst that.
Right.
We're all going to die. I'm like, well, some of us might, but not all of us,
There will be some champions.
There'll be some survivors,
Some
too.
survivors.
Most of us will survive. Anyway, it's Chamber Chat time, and we talked about the Lunch and Learn today and the importance of that. I said, speaking of hot air, it's Balloons and Tunes weekend.
Yes, sir.
This weekend. And you've got a lot planned for this weekend as well. You have your Balloons and Tunes earrings on? Is that what you're showing off? Okay.
Yes,
They're little hot air balloons?
So this was our local pilot, one of the local pilots, David Chavez, but he sold his bear balloon, so I had to wear them in his honor.
Okay. He sold his balloon, huh?
He sold the balloon. I just learned that this year. He sold it. And last time we had Balloons and Tunes, he didn't have... Something had lapsed, but he was able to stand the balloon up.
Oh,
So he just stood it up at Eagle Draw and let all the people take pictures.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now it's gone.
Well, maybe he's the
Officially
one that's
gone.
going to buy Elvis's plane. Did you see this headline on the Roswell paper?
Is
today?
it for sale again?
California man plans to sell the Elvis plane. So.
They've been selling it forever. I think. Oh, I've got ideas.
Do you have ideas for the Elvis plane?
Yeah.
Did you know Elvis's plane is at the Roswell airport?
No.
You didn't know that?
I didn't.
Yeah. One of his planes is up there.
Let's go.
Let's go tour it.
I think we need to turn it into a
Museum.
Yeah.
museum or a restaurant or a party
Airbnb.
bus.
Airbnb.
An Airbnb.
Yes.
That's not a bad
Literally.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, literally air.
Well, the guy, it's a 62 Lockheed Jetstar, belonged to Elvis and is being sold by his current owner, businessman Jim Gagliardi of Madera, California. I was going to bring it over here to California. We have a business here over here. I was going to have it as a kind of an advertisement, have people go on it and look at it. How old is this guy that he's speaking that way? Did he really say it that way? Anyway, he's 82 years old and he's too tired. So he's decided to sell it. He's had enough fun with it just owning it. So
Well, it sits in Roswell, New Mexico.
he has not actually visited the plane himself.
Oh, man.
He said his two sons have flown into Roswell and were able to go inside it as it parked on an airfield now. So anyway,
I wonder what it looks
he
like.
bought it for $498,000
It's pink.
in
it's sort of
2017. Yes.
Yeah.
So
You can see it
Is
out
it
there.
flyable?
no.
No.
Okay.
No, it's probably best for what you kind of talked about it could be used for. Could be the Artesia Welcome Center.
There we go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where were you when Elvis died?
Where was I when Elvis died?
I thought he was
Where
still alive. That's
He
what I heard.
is. He's
He's in the
He's
building.
an alien in Roswell. That's what I heard.
he's bagging groceries in Kalamazoo, Michigan at
Yeah.
the Safeway.
Just like Tupac and Biggie Smalls. They're on an island somewhere. I know it.
Yeah.
I know it.
No, that was a big event for a lot of people because Elvis was hugely popular, still is to this day.
Yes.
And have any of you been to Graceland? I haven't been.
I haven't. I'd like to go someday.
Me too. It'd be so
I think
much
we drove by it one time. It's, it's not as humongous as you think of it. It's just a little big old house off like a main street in Memphis, which probably at the time it was
A big deal.
a big deal, but now it's just, But anyway, I digress. Let's. So we're not going to have Elvis's playing at Balloons and Tunes this year, but you are going to have
No.
hot air balloons at
Yes.
Balloons and Tunes. Okay.
We are. We've got quite a few balloons coming. We're really excited to bring this back. We couldn't do it last year. But no, we're super pumped. So everything kind of kicks off on Thursday. Mm-hmm. Not for the city, but all the things start coming in and starting around. Thursday during the day, the fifth graders get to do the awesome tissue paper balloons with Paper Takes Flight. Devon Energy sponsored Balloon Explorium to come down again for that. And then Thursday night is Bulldogs on Review. $7 will get you in to Estelle Yates Auditorium,
Okay.
7 p.m.
All right.
Did
I hear the practices are going real well. That it's a really good
Good.
show.
British invasion. Isn't that the topic?
I don't know.
The theme.
The theme?
I don't.
I think
know.
it's British invasion.
Cool.
Cool. It's going to be really
So that'll
cool.
be fun.
So
Okay.
that's part of the tunes portion of our Balloons and Tunes is the Bulldogs on Review. So we're encouraging people to do that. Friday morning, the balloons, we have had a influx of balloons say yes to all the schools. And normally we just try to cover elementary schools. This year we were able to add Grand Heights, Zia, and Park. So
there
really
will be
cool.
a hot air balloon at the school. And what will they be doing with those hot air balloons at the schools?
The kids will get to watch them inflate and
wow.
go
Take
up
off?
and take off and launch from their playgrounds. All schools are completely different because they all have a different pilot and a different balloon, and so there's different rules at each one. Some of them want you to come touch the balloon, some of them you don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm really excited. Of course, it's all weather permitting,
And that's first thing in the morning, Friday.
First thing Friday morning, as they're arriving on the playground to play, they'll be watching this big old magical balloon.
Cool.
It's really fun, and
Okay.
you just see the kids light up like crazy. It's really awesome. So we've got 9 of them going up on
Okay.
Friday morning, just from all different places around town.
All right.
That's for the kiddos, and then Friday during the day as well. 5th graders still get to They had to kind of divide their time up for the tissue paper balloons. And then Friday night is our citywide growl. We're really excited about.
Yeah.
So we did get permission to have some balloonists down on the field at Bulldog Bowl.
What?
Yes. And so it's
gonna be awesome.
I know, we're really excited. So we're calling it the Citywide Growl. It's just we want to get people excited about balloons, excited about all the things Bulldogs coming up, because
All the activities.
all activities, like some are coming back from competitions, some are going to competitions, there's other sports that are about to begin, so we kind of just want to include everybody in that. And we're excited to have a couple of these balloons stand up and just kind of glow right there on the field. So while we have this fun sort of
Community pep
community,
Yeah.
yeah, essentially, yeah.
So in the process of planning this, we've been thinking about the fact that there are 2 classes at the high school who have never had a traditions assembly.
Right.
So
Just because of COVID?
Yes.
because of COVID.
Okay.
So that's 2/3 of the high school population. And we just thought it would be fun to kind of remind the whole community about sort of Bulldog traditions. We're all Bulldogs here. The community is definitely very together on that, and it's so much fun. I mean, so whether you graduated in 1965 or didn't graduate from here, like all 3 of us girls, or have kids
four
in
of the
the
people
school,
in this room were all
or all four of us.
implants.
That's right. Or whatever. It's
Transplants.
just
Maybe that's a better word.
It'll be a really fun time to sort of get our pep back.
Spirit.
Yep.
Yeah, get our spirit back, for all the things that make, or some of the things that make Artesia great. And so it's really for everybody.
Yes.
All
Young
ages.
and old.
Yep.
So the gates will be wide open. Come
Free
into the-
admission.
Wide open.
Free
Free admission.
Program starts at 5:15.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And is there an actual program, or what's
Yes.
going to be? What's the schedule?
We're
of-
working with the schools on the actual program
Okay.
because they do it all the time. They know what they're doing over there. They know who to talk to, who's going to do this, who's going to announce that, all the things. So we're working with them on getting that together and getting it put all together. There's going to be, of course, announcements of all of the activities. There's going to be a fun little game that people get to watch. We're
Competition.
excited. Little competition.
Really?
The balloons, of course, will be there. There'll be 3 of them. I'm pretty sure I have 3 of them.
The band.
Yeah, band will play.
Cheerleaders.
We've got some baton twirlers coming.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. We'll play lots of music, play lots of songs. Of course, a lot of it's going to be, like she was saying, the tradition. So it'll be a fight song. And then they have a couple other tunes that they're going to play as well. So
And it's going to be right about at an hour, like a jam-packed hour. So short and sweet.
really fun.
And if you haven't watched that drum major, we're sitting by him we're sitting with an eye view of him at the games. He is so much fun to watch. Talk about an enthusiastic person. Yeah. So you got to come see all of that.
That'll be on Friday.
Friday night at 5:15.
5:15.
At Bulldog Bowl.
Okay.
And then Saturday and Sunday mornings, Eagle Draw. We've got
Okay.
balloons. Really pay attention. 13th Street Bridge. We will put out a big banner that says fly or no fly.
Okay.
If it says no fly, then we're really sorry,
Let me
guys.
guess what that means.
The balloons would not be able to go up because this whole weekend is really weather permitting. So we just have to hope and pray. From what I've heard from the pilots, you pray for safe flights and soft landings.
Well, that makes sense.
Yes.
Because if you flip it around, it doesn't make any sense.
No.
So,
Yeah.
What time does that banner go up usually?
As soon as they make a decision on the weather. So we meet with the pilots and the sponsors about an hour before. They check the weather, they eat a donut, have some coffee, and then they check the weather again. And then we talk a little bit, and then another person will check a different app, and then another person will check, and then they all check the weather one more time, and then they're like, okay. And then someone makes a decision, and then they decide to go.
It's usually around 7.
Yeah.
7
Okay.
on Saturday and 6 on Sunday is when they'll.
7 on Saturday.
And 6 on
6
Sunday
on
is
Sunday.
about when they make the weather call.
Okay.
Yes.
We gather an hour before that, but
Gotcha.
they kind of sit around, let the sun start coming up and all of that, and then they make their call. And
So the tentative
somebody will run out
launch
there.
time on Saturday is what?
Around 7 and
Around
6.
7.
Yeah, we put the banner up as soon as they make that call. So yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be
But once they've
6:45,
made the call, then they head that to
They
the
all
Eagle
head to Eagle
Draw,
Draw.
and so around 7 o'clock or so on
They start
Saturday.
Saturday, and around 6 o'clock on
Sunday.
Sunday.
because it's time change.
Yes.
Yes.
I understand that. Okay.
So we have to beat the sun.
Call your legislator.
Yes, please.
One of them has been trying, but doesn't get anywhere. And there's no cost for any of this for the people to come out and watch and
Nope.
enjoy
Nope.
this. It's just a
Just come out and
fun
watch.
time.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night, there's another Bulldogs on Review performance.
Yes,
is there
there
not?
is. Yep.
Okay.
And then, okay, so yes, Saturday at 1, there's also the Paper Takes Fight will be at the library.
Oh, okay.
So the 5th graders get to do it during school hours on Thursday and Friday. But if some of the other kids in the school get to watch this and they're like, man, I want to do this too, like my kid did, then they're having a community-wide Paper Takes Flight. You can go with your family, make a hot air balloon with tissue papers. That's completely free, and then they'll launch it at the library parking lot.
Okay.
So-
and that'll be on Friday.
Saturday at 1.
Saturday at 1 o'clock. Okay.
Yep, and then there's also a paint party that
Okay.
goes along
On
with
Friday?
this on Friday night. Yep, 6:30. So after the growl, you can head over to the Ocotillo. doing canvas, and it's kind of cool. She's doing balloon themed, but it's going to be like musical chairs. She said you won't lose your painting, and you won't lose your chair, but you'll rotate and paint a little bit on each
You mean I
one.
get to paint on other people's paintings?
Yes. Musical
Sounds
chairs.
dangerous.
It'll be fun.
That sounds...
$20 gets you in, gets you a painting, gets you a good time.
Yeah.
I think it sounds cool.
And the
Yeah.
more crazy things you do on other people's paintings as they come around on yours, they're going to retaliate.
Gonna get you back.
Yeah. That sounds crazy.
You got to make your mark. What time is that at?
It's at 6:30 on Friday night.
So after you're done
After
at the
the
growl,
growl.
you can go paint on other
Yes.
people's paintings.
Cool.
And then Saturday and Sunday. Saturday also at the library. Saturday night, Bulldogs on Review. It's a jam-packed weekend. And
It is.
starts in 2 days.
That's right. Getting close and close.
We're excited. It's going to be a fun weekend.
Okay.
And this has been around. We've been really, really digging, but we think early 80s is when they started this
Okay.
balloon rally here
I
in
found some
Artesia.
clippings from 1983, I think it was, or it might have been
Okay.
82. So
Okay.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
So it's
'cause
almost 40 years old.
What does that mean to you?
I think that's way cool.
Okay.
I think it's fun.
Jessica is only 25. That means nothing to her, Jean.
That's what I
Whatever.
was
That
saying.
if she said 83, I'm like, oh, that's the year I was born. So Balloons and Tunes is about as old as me.
Well, no,
Looks just as good too, Jess. Looks just as good.
Thanks.
Mhm. Beautiful.
no, it's a big deal, and I hope the weather turns out, because there's been years when it's not. There's been no flights.
Yes.
There's been years when it's flown on one day but not on the other, and that's just you can't
Yeah.
control the weather right now. I hear they're working on it up in Alaska, but and the Russians have some stuff going on, but
So one of the cool
but
things
we don't
about
have access to that.
No, not today.
Not today. So.
one of the cool things about having it here in Artesia
Mm-hmm.
is that they get to watch the steam stacks, the smokestacks over here at the refinery.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Which way
they're
the wind's
so
blowing.
tall, and if the stack is sideways blowing that, then yeah, no.
That's
And I-
kind
Oh.
of a helpful
That's the first
guide. yeah.
indicator that we might have a weather problem.
Yeah, one year
is
we
cool.
had to meet at the chamber for the weather briefing, and it was kind of cool because they all sat in what we call the cow room, which is the big arch window, and they just sat there and watched the smoke and the steams to see which way it was going. And
Yeah, they should have refineries near balloon fields everywhere.
Right.
sure, sure, Gene.
I'm sure they'd let us build one in Albuquerque, right? The Balloon Fiesta Park,
sure.
build a refinery up there. And
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good thing. I don't
The
know.
price of gas would be competitive again.
We all have opinions on that, don't
Yes,
we?
we do.
So,
We'll see.
well, good. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thanks for
Coxi,
having
thank
us.
you. And Jessica and Hayley,
Vote today.
Yes.
vote today. That's right.
Polls
That's
are open until 7.
till 7, and you can go to any polling
Any one
place.
of the convenience
and,
centers.
and your ballot will spit out of the machine, and then you can fill it out and put it in, and we'll see how that goes. On the other side of the news, we're going to get Paul Guessing on here, and we're going to talk about social study standards
Yay.
and see if we can help bring to light what people need to be thinking about
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
coming up.
Thank
Good.
you, sir.
Anything else?
Holler at us or go to artesiachamber.com. We have all of this information on our website. So
Okay.
it is
And
a lot. But
There's
please.
still a few opportunities. If you do want to fly on Friday or on the weekend, we still do have a couple of opportunities. Right?
To be a
Yes.
sponsor?
Yeah.
Okay.
To be a sponsor, which it means that you can include yourself in the process of
Possibly
inflating,
being on-
chasing, flying, potentially crewing.
and
crewing.
potentially flying. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, good deal.
Thank you,
Thanks a
sir.
lot.